Alright guys, we are back for another Naruto Blazing video. So today we're going to be taking a look at Chiyo Basama, or Granny Chiyo, you know, one of the strongest members of the Sand. Well, until what happens with, you know, Sasori and Sakura and all that. So she is actually the very first Ninja Road unit. She is... I don't know. When I look at what she's capable of doing, I'm not the biggest fan of her skills and stuff. One thing I should mention is that this is the first kind of one of these, like, character, I don't know, showcase, analysis, look at, shitty video, whatever you want to call it. This is the first one that I'm doing for Naruto Blazing since they have done an update, which actually kind of combines all of the skills together like this. This is actually really cool. It's just... This is why Naruto Blazing is so, like, it's so good, because they're constantly improving it. The developers are constantly listening to feedback, implementing good changes, positive changes that make the game better, whereas Dokkan just rakes in so much cash every single day that they don't have to do a fucking thing. They're not going to improve anything. They're not going to change anything. They're sitting on their asses, like, lighting $100 bills, and they're lighting cigars with it. Like, you know, they've got $100 bills on fire lighting cigars with that money. That's how much Dokkan brings in, so that's why there's never any real, like, updates, like, to Dokkan. Whereas Naruto Blazing, every week they add in, like, a fire, like, upgrade to the game. Really cool. This is one of my favorite things so far, to kind of pool all the different values together into one stat like that. So we could see that Granny Chiyo, you know, here's her base stats at the top. The middle is her pills, and then the last one is all the stats she got from abilities. So if you include her abilities, which is boost health by 100, and then she has attack by 100, 150, and 200, and then we see the final stats, the value of her stats at the bottom there. 1,532 health and 1,554 strength. Now, I guess she is long range, so the strength, it's not horrible. You know, it's something there. Cost of 36. Of course, because she is a farmable unit, it is very easy to get her to luck 99. So, I mean, that's okay. Now, reduce the chance of receiving Jutsu Sealing. Not the most valuable, because only is that ever going to help you in very limited situations, but she does have that buddy healing, which is really, really clutch. Any healing you can get, like, anywhere, be it self-healing from abilities, buddy skill healing, field skill healing, all of it does add up to be very clutch, so that is very useful. Now, Granny Chiyo's jutsus here. Now, as far as her chakra cost, 5 and 10 is very good. 5 and 10 is always good. Obviously, 4 and 8 is exceptional. But 5 and 10 is very solid. Now, her first jutsu, the Mechanic Light Shield Seal, puts up a barrier that protects all allies within range from 1,500 damage worth of attacks for 6 turns. In my experience, these barrier jutsus are not really that useful. I don't know, it's usually, I've said this before, but, like, the toughest parts of Naruto Blazing would be when all of the enemies kind of pool up and attack you together. Usually just fighting a boss, like, in my experience, I've not run into as much trouble as walking into a room and there being, you know, 7 or 8 enemies. So when all these enemies group up and attack you at the same time, like, this 1,500 I don't think really will do jack diddly shit. What's a much better version of a defensive status would be the perfect dodge. So I think, like, an ally's jutsu who will give their allies perfect dodge, a la the 5-star body Shikamaru, that is much better of an ability than just a barrier. I'm going to try and test it out as much as I can, but not the biggest fan of the barriers. And then secret white move, Chikamatsu's 10 puppets. 12 times attack towards one enemy in range. That's pretty good. 12 times is obviously a really good multiplier. And her strength, you know, her strength is up to 1,554. So Granny Chiyo actually, you know, she could throw hands a little bit. Like, that ultimate jutsu of hers, for only 10 chakra, like, you're going to do some good damage there. So, I don't know. Granny Chiyo, she has some good things, but also some bad things. I would say that if possible, like, if I had the chance, she's definitely one of the units that I would have grinded all the way up to 99 luck. If I had the time, I would have grinded up Fu to 99 as well, because the self-healing you can never go wrong with, especially, like, a 99 luck unit to have self-healing is just so godly. So solid. So I would have really have liked a chance to grind not only Fu, but, you know, also Granny Chiyo over here. So I guess, wow, 3 turns. All right, let's just start taking these fuckers out. We'll just knock them all out. And then once these fuckers are gone, we'll go ahead and try out Chiyo Basama's barrier here. Although, again, not always the biggest deal. All right, so let's take a look here. We can go ahead and get everyone right there in the shield. Yep, that's the thing where she opens up, like, her wrist, because she's kind of, like, changed herself to being a puppet a little bit, kind of like Sasori did. And, you know, she's able to kind of, like, throw her hand off and then create, like, this little barrier underneath it. It's pretty cool. It's a nice little ability that she has. Not the biggest fan of barriers. I know some other units that do have barriers are the Heart Impact Orochimaru does give himself a barrier on his ultimate jutsu. I know that the second Hokage, his alive version, his first jutsu actually gives himself a barrier. I mean, they can be useful in certain situations, but I just think overall, Perfect Dodge is definitely a much stronger ability. You know what, well, no, I was going to say, let's bring in Rock Lee and have a little fun. We'll go ahead and do that. So I just recently got my Rock Lee awakened. All of my units that I have are now actually finally all awakened up to 6-star. You know, I got my Zabuza, my Rock Lee. I have so many units that I actually have to limit break, though. Like, I did that stream, the PvP mode stream with Shiny and Animated Muscle. And, you know, they decided to do a multi, and of course, I'm not just going to sit there and not do a multi with them. You know, brothers like that. I got to hop in. And I actually managed to pull several units, but a lot of them were old. But I did pull the Heart Tsunade, who is a pretty solid unit, of course. Healers are mega important in this game. So I have to go ahead. She's probably going to be my next unit that I'm going to focus on limit breaking. After I'm done limit breaking, whatchamacallit, 10-10, my girl who's got that cake, if you know what I mean. Alright, let me go ahead and hit Tsunade with the massive Rasengan right here. Now, that should take a good amount off of her. Yep, okay, cool. And we'll be able to probably finish this off with Granny Chiyo's puppets. You know what? Let's go ahead and do Rock Lee's ability here. So Rock Lee, he opens up the 8 gates and gives himself this huge attack boost, but he also does give himself slip damage at the same time, but it still is a pretty cool, nifty little jutsu here. Let me just back up Jiraiya, and here, let's go ahead and have Rock Lee go ahead and throw hands right here with the primary Lotus. Obviously, Rock Lee is another unit that I'm going to have to actually get all the way up to level 150. Rock Lee is pretty powerful, though, so he is a unit that I wouldn't mind like focusing on, you know, actually getting him up to 150. Again, after I finish 10-10, my main priority, of course, will be my Heart Tsunade, though. Here. I'm going to do this right here. And then that will guarantee that Granny Chiyo should be able to finish this off. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look what our girl Chiyo Basama is capable of doing with all of these puppets that were able to take down a castle. Oh, that's pretty dope right there. I like that. That's pretty cool. Okay, okay. I mean, they showed off a lot more abilities than that in the fight with Sasori, but, you know, at the very least, we got something there, right? We got a little something, something, and some coins, which I'll use to toss towards 10-10. I appreciate that. But, alright, guys, that will do it. Granny Chiyo, solid unit. Definitely a unit I wish I had. I'll see you guys next time. There are some things. I'm probably going to try and do another stream on the PvP mode. I do still want to take an in-depth analysis look at units like Utakata, Jubi Obito, and then also One-Tailed Naruto I think will be an important one. But you guys have a good one, and later!